Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this quick and easy card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. For this card, I let the Designer Series paper do all the work for me. I use the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper, which you can get free with a $50 order in the US, and it's just gorgeous. It's got this kind of watercolor wash and this watercolor wash with some florals, and the same thing with some pink florals. Another watercolor wash, almost the same. A graphic with Starry Sky, and one with Fresh Freesia. On the other side, we have more florals. So we've got the green and the Fresh Freesia. These look like wildflowers to me. They're just gorgeous. And the same kind of print, but finer work. And then these two are the stars of the show. This is the one I'm going to use today. I think it's next week I'm going to show you this one. This has not only the 6 central ovals, but also these lovely border flowers. But like I said, I'm using this one today. I cut it at 4 5/8 by 6. So I cut this paper and then a 3/4 inch strip here. And then this is a piece that goes up here. And then you've got scrap. And actually, if you cut this one off first, you have more options for your greeting. And for my greeting, I'm using Sending Support, which is also a Sale-a-Bration item. If you buy the cardstock and the ink and the block and everything that I used to make this card, including the dimensionals and the envelopes, that totals up to $56. So that's enough to get one of the two, either the Designer Series paper or the greeting, for free. But maybe you have another greeting stamp or even want to hand write a greeting. And the suggested blocks are A, B, and G. So for these long ones, they fit on the G block. These are better for the A block, and then these would be the B block. But if you actually use a C block, it's big enough for the smaller ones, and you can go diagonally and get the longer ones on here. And that way you only need one block. I do have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and you'll be able to click links for the products to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. So besides the Designer Series paper, I have some Mossy Meadow for my card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You're going to need a scrap of Mossy Meadow. This is way more than you need. I have 2 pieces of Mango Melody, and these are 4 by 5 1/4. And you could actually, if you cut carefully out of the middle of it, you could actually get your scrap from the middle if you want. And I also have a piece of basic white for the inside. And of course, you're going to need a medium envelope and some Stampin' Dimensionals. My ink is Mossy Meadow. One of the things I like about the stamp set is there are kind of inside and outside. Some days are harder than others. Hope today is one of the easier ones. Sending loving thoughts and prayers. You've got this. There are so many ways you might feel right now. Alone shouldn't be one of them. On this sample, that's the one that I used here. But I'm going to do the Some Days Are Harder Than Others for this card. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the greeting with Mossy Meadow ink. And I didn't give you dimensions here because that depends on what your greeting is. So I'm going to stamp this here. I really need to re-ink the stamp pad, hopefully. I've got enough ink on here. That's better, it's still pretty light. And then I'm going to cut it. You could use the trimmer, but I'm going to just use snips for here. And one of the things about cutting it out after you stamp it is if you get it a little bit crooked, that's just fine. I can go ahead and glue this to my scrap of Mango Melody. And I'm putting a pretty thin border on here. And again, cutting these out. Then I'm going to add another layer with the Mossy Meadow. I'm going a little bit wider on the border, not a lot. Then I'm going to take that strip of Designer Series paper and add it to the basic white on the edge. And then hope today is one of the easier ones. And I really hope that I've got enough ink on this. Yeah. And then all I need to do is glue this to the inside of the card. Oh, I wanted to put this on Mango Melody. Whew. I was wondering why that border was so big. And I may have enough glue on there, but I'll put some more in here. That's better. That border really does add a lot to it, I think. Then we'll add the Designer Series paper to the front. And that's actually going on the Mango Melody. And so, like I said, you could cut this out of the middle of it, and you would never see it because we're covering it all up. Putting dimensionals on this layer and pop it up just a little bit. So beautiful. And then if you are mailing it, I probably would not put another layer of dimensionals because it could add to the cost of the postage. And then you can decide where this goes. It could go anywhere. Maybe I'll put this here. And there it is, a quick and easy card. Let that Designer Series paper do the work for you. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, you can find the products I offer to make crafting more convenient. How to get free products with my frequent shopper rewards, and a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Inspiration to scroll all my projects back to 2011, most with detailed directions and videos. Though the products in those older projects have been retired, you may find techniques, layouts, or color combinations to inspire you today. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find lots of free resources such as catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, color tools, and much more. You can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for stamping. You can learn about my Evernote notebook. I have a note for every current product that Stampin' Up! Has for sale right now. And you can sort them all by the type of product. You can search just for the stamps. You can search just for the designer series paper. You can search for the phrase that you want or an image that you would like to use. You can search all the products that come in a particular color. It really makes finding just exactly what you want very easy. And you can create your own notebook and search through all of the things that you own to find just what you need. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or start a Stampin' Up! Business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.